for positioning are easy to memorize, but still don't tell us much about the strategic and financial dynamics occurring within them. We hence need to move from a static to a dynamic perspective to get the most out of the matrix. More specifically, we should consider two interplaying dynamics: the bank effect, or financial dynamics, and the SBUs and market life cycle, or life cycle dynamics. Let's start considering the financial dynamics. Statically, a star apparently seems the best place to be. But financially speaking, although a high relative market share guarantees higher revenues, market growth requires high investments to catch up with it and protect SBU's leadership from possible competitors. As a result, net cash flows, that is the financial measure of performance, for stars is approximately zero. Stars are not generating cash, or they might even need to absorb some. Following this logic, it's easier to understand what a cash cow positioning implies. Cash cows enjoy high revenues thanks to a large customer base, while they require low investments thanks to the market's maturity. The resulting net cash flows will be high. These SBUs are hence strong cash generators, which should be milked for cash. Question marks don't show higher revenues due to a low market share and contemporarily require heavy investments to follow growth and challenge competitors' leadership. This leads to high cash absorption, a typical condition startup companies face. Dogs are businesses where both competitive positioning and attractiveness are low. So low revenues match low need for investments, and a net cash flow are approximately zero. Following a financial dynamic, net cash flows should be taken from cash cows and redirected to a selection of question marks the corporation wants to bet on, and to those stars financially need. Following the strict guidelines from the matrix, dogs should be divested, unless they show strong synergies with cash cows, stars, or selected question marks. The financial dynamics combines with the business life cycle dynamics, possibly triggering a virtuous cycle. A startup SBU is born as a question mark with uncertain fate, but if properly managed and supplied with financial resources, it becomes a star. A star market sooner or later will stop growing, thus turning it into a cash cow or mature market. And a mature market in the long run will either disappear, thus leaving the matrix, or become a dog to be divested from. So, to wrap it all up, stars are high growth, high share products which may or may not be self-sufficient in cash flow. Cash cows are products with high market share and slow growth, which characteristically generate a large amount of cash. Question marks are products with high growth but low share. They require a large amount of cash to maintain market share and still larger amounts to gain share. Dogs are products with low market share and slow growth, which neither generate nor require significant amount of cash. Maintaining share usually requires the reinvestment of any profits as well as additional capital. These products are often called cash traps. The recommended corporate strategies for each SBU positioning are summarized here. All products eventually become either cash cows or dogs. The value of a product is completely dependent upon obtaining a leading share of its market before growth slows. The balanced portfolio has stars whose high shares and high growth assure the future, cash cows that supply funds for that future growth, and question marks to be converted into stars. Dogs need dedicated strategies, mostly concerned with exploitation of synergies with other SBUs, or divestiture.
you.